Hello everybody, this is HyperCole64 and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Before the Sequel for the PC. In the last episode, ladies and gentlemen, we started our merry adventure with Sonic the Hedgehog in Hilltop Heights Zone and completed the first special stage. In this episode, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to fight the first boss of the game with good old Dr. Robotnik / Dr. Eggman, whoever you want to call him. And, well, as you can see with Sonic stages, this is another difference between Sonic and Tails stages, and that's the boss battles. With Sonic, you're going to basically be running for an infinite amount of time for all of Sonic's boss battles. Just like you would in something like Sonic Advance 2. And they're pretty simple, they're not too bad. There are some bosses in this game that definitely give me a hard time, but overall the bosses are not too bad, and I do enjoy them very much. Anyway, we got a cutscene here, so I'm going to shut up for that. Alright guys, and now we're in Star Shores Zone, and as you can see, this stage looks a lot like a stage from Sonic CD. Now, even though this game does have original level design, it does tend to borrow, textures and different elements from other Sonic games, but not to say that's bad, and oh gosh. These things! If you guys couldn't tell, each stage has a certain gimmick. This is the first stage in the game that actually has a certain gimmick. And the gimmick of this stage is that there are fuzzies all over the place. And whenever you touch a fuzzy, you pretty much become, drunk or high or something. And it kind of disorients the stage. And for those of you who don't know, this is the effect right now. As you can see, this completely disorients the stage. It makes Tails' eyes shrink and make him be like, whoa, this is trippy, man. And if you guys couldn't tell, fuzzies are taken from a non-Sonic game, and that is Yoshi's Island. In fact, a good amount of things from this game are actually taken from non-Sonic games, such as the music in the cutscenes. You might notice that the music in the cutscenes actually sound like Kirby music. And that's because they are Kirby music, because, like I said earlier, not the entire soundtrack is actually completely original. Some soundtracks are either remixed of, remixes of previous Sonic games, or they're just taken from other video games, such as not just Sonic games, but either Kirby games, and there's even a Rhythm Heaven song in this video game. I have no idea why, but there is, so whatever. We are now playing as Miles Tails Prower. In terms of how the developer is, having the story, go chronologically in terms of, the Sonic universe. This is technically the first time that Tails has ever encountered Sonic in the Sonic universe, if we're going with the story of this game. So that's pretty interesting. And as you can see, Tails is definitely not as fast as Sonic stages, or Tails stages are definitely not as fast as Sonic stages, as I said earlier. They tend to focus more on certain gimmicks, and sometimes even puzzle solving. Just a couple times. And as you can see, Tails is also not as fast as Sonic when you run down slopes. But also something weird about Sonic, or something weird about Tails, is that he has an actual running animation. He doesn't use his tails to run. Why doesn't he use his tails to run? Well, there's actually sort of a plot point for that, and you can actually turn off that running animation, but you'll want to keep it on because there is a plot point that actually involves a different running animation later on in this game. So I decided to keep it on for the sake of this playthrough. So yeah, Star Shores. I do like this stage. I think the stage is pretty good. The fuzzies can be a little bit annoying to dodge. I mean, the fuzzies really don't do anything to hurt you, but they do disorient the stage, which I don't know if that would annoy people. I mean, it doesn't annoy me that much, but I know there might be some people out there who might be annoyed by that gimmick. But overall, it's not too bad. But anyway, Tails controls similarly to Sonic. He can run, he can jump, but he cannot do the super peel like Sonic does. Instead, he flies in the air, which honestly can either be helpful to some, or actually, who am I kidding? It's incredibly helpful. And it makes the stages a little bit easier to play than Sonic's, personally. Well, I wouldn't say easier, but it definitely makes traversing through levels a lot easier with Tails. And yeah, that's probably also something I should probably go over since I didn't talk about the last episode. Sonic has the Super Peel Out in this game. Why he has the Super Peel Out, I don't know, because if you guys are following the Sonic universe chronologically, Sonic doesn't get the Super Peel Out until Sonic CD. Then again, this is coming from the same universe who had the moon blown up by Dr. Eggman, and then suddenly the moon is back together in the other games. So honestly, if we're talking about, you know, continuity in Sonic universe, we're kind of making fun of ourselves, because honestly, continuity in the Sonic universe is kind of messed up, so whatever. We'll just go with the fact that Sonic has the Super Peel Out now for some odd reason. Anyway, also apparently we get wubs in this stage when you grab Fuzzy for some odd reason. I don't know why, but we do, so whatever. In fact, this game does have a share of its dubstep, actually. Why dubstep? I don't know why, but honestly, it does actually fit some of the stages, so I'm not complaining. So, that's really all I gotta talk about this game, and we're actually just at the end of the stage, and how the stages are going to work, or how these videos are going to work, is that, how I'm looking at it is that, for the first few episodes at least, there's going to be a boss battle, 3 acts, and a special stage. That's how I'm going to be seeing these stages. They could change as the game goes on moving forward, because these stages are going to be getting longer. I mean, these stages are quite short so far, but trust me, the stages are going to get a lot longer, and you will be spending more time on stages. So, the amount of time we spend in each stages, or the amount of stages we I complete in these episodes, might actually decrease as time goes by. Again, that's not for certain, but it might, so, you know, whatever. I do like how the special stages do not require you to get Chaos Emeralds, because this makes the stages much more enjoyable to actually play. But anyway, guys, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode off here, because, well, I don't really want to go over time. I know there's a boss coming up. I know we have, like, 2 minutes left, but I don't want to go over time. So in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking on the second boss battle of the game. So until then, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please check out my other content. I'm Upper64, and I thank you for watching. See you guys next episode.